The massive chamber of the Galactic Council sparkled with the light of 1,000 stars, visible through the transparent dome ceiling. Below, representatives from over 200 alien species sat in rising tiers of seats, all facing the central platform. Today was Earth's formal application for membership in the Galactic Council. James Walker stood straight and proud on the speaking platform, his plain black diplomatic uniform a stark contrast to the colorful and elaborate outfits worn by the alien representatives. Behind him, a hologram displayed images of Earth's space fleet, bulky ships with visible engine ports, radio dishes, and solar panels jutting out at various angles. "As you can see," Walker said, gesturing to the largest ship in the display, "humanity has developed reliable interstellar travel capabilities. Our fleet now numbers over 300 vessels." With a burst of laughter interrupted him. It started from the upper tiers where the older spacefaring races sat and quickly spread through the chamber. Even the council's servants and pages joined in, their various forms of amusement creating an odd symphony of hoots, clicks, and bellowing sounds. Admiral Ross of the Stellar Federation stood up, his blue-scaled skin catching the starlight. "Honorable council members," he said, his translator making his words crisp and clear, "I must speak. These human vessels are nothing more than primitive rust buckets. Look at those external fuel tanks, those exposed sensor arrays. Any decent military vessel could destroy their entire fleet from beyond their detection range." More laughter filled the chamber. Walker kept his face neutral, though his hands gripped the podium tighter. "We have cargo haulers with better defensive capabilities," a reptilian delegate called out. "Those ships wouldn't survive a week in disputed space." Walker cleared his throat. "While our designs may appear unconventional by your standards—" "Unconventional," Admiral Ross interrupted. "They're obsolete. Those ships look like they were designed by children playing with construction toys. The fact that humans think these vessels qualify them for council membership is almost insulting." The council leader, a tall being with crystalline features, raised a hand for silence. "Representative Walker," she said, her voice gentle but firm, "while we appreciate Earth's enthusiasm, the council has certain standards. Your species' space fleet must be capable of contributing to our mutual defense agreements. These vessels—" She paused, searching for diplomatic words. "They're death traps," another delegate finished for her, triggering another round of laughter. Walker stood silently as detailed technical analyses of Earth's ships appeared on screens around the chamber. The aliens took turns pointing out what they saw as critical flaws: the primitive propulsion systems, the basic weapons, the seemingly inefficient use of space. "Look at those radio communications arrays," one delegate said. "They're still using electromagnetic waves for ship-to-ship communication. My species abandoned that technology over 5 centuries ago." The council leader finally restored order. "Representative Walker, based on the technical evaluation of your fleet, we must decline Earth's application for membership at this time. We suggest you spend at least another century developing your space technology before reapplying." Walker bowed slightly. "We understand, honored council. Earth thanks you for your consideration." His voice remained steady, professional, betraying no emotion. As he walked out of the chamber, the laughter and mocking comments followed him. None of the aliens noticed his slight smile as he reached the exit, or the way he tapped a seemingly decorative pin on his collar twice. Deep in space, hidden in the dark side of Earth's moon, Admiral Anna Thompson received Walker's signal in her underground command center. She allowed herself a small smile as she looked at the wall of screens before her, showing hundreds of sleek, black ships nestled in their secret berths. "They took the bait," she whispered to herself, "just like we planned." The real human fleet waited in silence, their advanced technology dormant but ready. Let the aliens laugh at their decoy ships. They would learn the truth soon enough. 3 months after Earth's rejection from the Galactic Council, the harassment began. It started small alien merchant ships accidentally cutting off trade routes, military vessels conducting exercises, too close to Earth's colonies, and strategic resources suddenly becoming unavailable for purchase. Tom Miller, captain of the cargo ship Starhauler, watched helplessly as 3 sleek alien vessels surrounded his ship near Jupiter's orbit. His vessel was one of Earth's primitive fleet, deliberately designed to look slow and weak. "Human vessel," the alien commander's voice crackled over the radio. "Your flight path crosses our military exercise zone. Reverse course immediately." Miller looked at his navigation screen. There was no exercise zone marked here yesterday. These random encounters were happening more frequently now. "Understood," he replied calmly. Reversing course. The Starhauler's engines fired up, making a show of slowly turning around. Meanwhile, deep within the asteroid belt, Fleet Admiral Anna Thompson stood in her command center, nicknamed the Cave. The walls displayed real-time feeds from thousands of hidden sensors scattered throughout the solar system. She watched the alien ships harassing the Starhauler, her expression grim. "They're getting bolder," said her second-in-command, Captain Ryan West. "That's the 5th incident this week." Thompson nodded, walking past rows of operators monitoring the status of Earth's hidden fleet. On their screens, hundreds of advanced stealth ships waited silently in their secret berths, inside hollow asteroids, beneath the ice of Europa, and in the storms of Jupiter. "Show me the latest numbers," Thompson ordered. West brought up a holographic display. "Alien military vessels in our space have increased by 300% since our council rejection. They're testing our patience, probing our defenses. The visible fleet has reported 47 cases of harassment in the past month alone." Thompson stopped at a particular screen showing the pride of their hidden fleet, the Night's Edge. The ship was a masterpiece of human engineering, its black surface seeming to absorb light itself. Unlike the decoy ships with their obvious external components, the Night's Edge was smooth, sleek, and packed with technology that would make those laughing aliens choke on their mockery. "What about Project Shadow Shield?" she asked. "Ready at a moment's notice," West replied. "All crews are maintaining rotation in the simulator pods. Combat readiness is at 98%. Thompson watched another alien ship accidentally cross paths with a human mining vessel near Mars. The alien vessel was clearly showing off, its engines flaring dramatically as it passed unnecessarily close. "They think we're weak," Thompson said quietly. "They think those bulky ships are the best we can do. Every insult, every act of harassment, every show of force. They're just giving us more intelligence about their capabilities." An alert flashed on the main screen. A small colony on Europa had just reported that alien ships were blocking their supply lines, claiming security concerns. Thompson's hands clenched into fists. "How many alien ships are currently in our solar system?" 23 military vessels and 42 merchant ships," West answered promptly. "And our hidden sensors show their true numbers. 45 military vessels cloaked or hiding behind planets. They think we can't detect them." Thompson allowed herself a small smile. "And our real fleet. 317 combat-ready vessels, all with fully charged quantum cores, plus the automated defense platforms. We could have them all deployed in under 6 minutes." Thompson nodded, watching another alien ship harass a human vessel. Soon, very soon, they would learn the truth. But for now, humanity would endure these insults, gather intelligence, and wait for the right moment. "Send word to all hidden fleet commanders," she ordered. "Review emergency deployment procedures. When the time comes, I want our response to be perfect." As she spoke, another alien ship passed close to a human vessel, its crew likely laughing at the primitive design. They had no idea they were being watched, studied, and measured by technology far beyond their understanding. The real human fleet waited in darkness, growing stronger every day. The attack came without warning. A fleet of 30 alien warships dropped out of hyperspace near the Mars colony, their weapons already charged. They belonged to the Iron Claw faction, a militant group known for preying on what they considered lesser species. "Look at these pathetic human defenses," Commander Dax of the Iron Claw broadcast openly, not bothering to encrypt his communications. 6 outdated ships protecting their second-largest colony. This will be even easier than we thought. The human defenders, part of Earth's visible fleet, moved to protect the civilian areas. Their bulky shapes looked clumsy compared to the sleek alien vessels. Captain Mark Rogers of the Earth Defense Ship Guardian knew his role well to maintain the deception until the very end. "Attention alien vessels," Rogers broadcast. "This is a peaceful colony under Earth protection. Withdraw immediately." Laughter echoed across the communication channels. The alien ships spread out in an attack formation. Deep within the cave, Fleet Admiral Thompson watched the situation unfold on her command screens. Her hand hovered over the emergency deployment button. "Not yet," she whispered. "We need them all committed to the attack." The first alien shots blazed across space. 2 human ships exploded immediately, their deaths carefully staged to look real while their crews were actually safe in hidden compartments. The remaining Earth ships returned fire with deliberately weak weapons, their shots barely scratching the alien shields. "Would you look at that?" Commander Dax laughed. "They're still using plasma cannons. My grandfather's ship had better weapons." The Mars colony sent out desperate distress calls as the alien ships pressed their attack. Hidden cameras recorded everything. Their tactics, their weapon capabilities, their shield frequencies. Every shot they fired gave Earth's hidden sensors more data. Captain Rogers watched his ship's systems flash red as they took another hit. "We can't hold them off," he shouted into the comm, playing his part perfectly. "The colony is defenseless." The alien ships moved in for the kill, their formation becoming tight and focused. Exactly what Admiral Thompson had been waiting for. "All ships in position," her tactical officer reported. "Civilian bunkers sealed." "Yes, Admiral. All colonists are safely below ground." Thompson took a deep breath. The aliens had just destroyed another of Earth's decoy ships, leaving only 2 defenders. Their arrogance had made them cluster together, confident in their superior numbers and technology. "Send the signal to Captain Rogers," she ordered. "Execute Phase 2. In space, Rogers received the coded burst. A slight smile crossed his face as he pressed a hidden button on his console. Suddenly, his damaged ship's hull began to crack. The aliens watched in amusement, thinking they were seeing its final destruction. Instead, the outer hull fell away like a snake shedding its skin. Underneath was a sleek black vessel bristling with advanced weapons. The other remaining Earth ship did the same, revealing their true forms. "What trickery is this?" Commander Dax demanded, his amusement turning to confusion. Before he could get an answer, space itself seemed to ripple around his fleet. Hidden doors in nearby asteroids slid open. The darkness behind Mars lit up with engine flares as Earth's real ships emerged. From beneath the red planet's polar ice, inside Phobos and Deimos, and from dozens of other concealed bases, the Shadow Fleet revealed itself. The aliens found themselves surrounded by 60 advanced human vessels, each more sophisticated than anything they'd ever seen. "This is Fleet Admiral Thompson of the Earth Defense Force." Her voice rang across all channels. "You were so busy laughing at our decoys, you never bothered to look behind you." The black ships closed in, their quantum weapons powering up. Now it was humanity's turn to show their true strength. Commander Dax's voice had lost all traces of amusement. "By the void, what are you?" "We are humanity," Thompson replied. "And you're about to find out exactly what that means." The Iron Claw fleet hung motionless in space, surrounded by Earth's black ships. Commander Dax stared at his sensor screens in disbelief. Where there had been empty space moments ago, now advanced warships appeared from seemingly nowhere. His tactical officer was frantically analyzing the readings. "Commander," the tactical officer shouted, "these human ships, they're not using any technology we recognize. Our sensors can barely track them." On the bridge of the Night's Edge, Admiral Thompson watched the alien fleet's confusion with grim satisfaction. "All ships, power up quantum shields," she ordered. "Show them what we can really do." A ripple of blue energy spread across the human fleet as their true defensive systems came online. The energy fields didn't just deflect attacks. They bent space itself around the ships. Commander Dax's voice crackled over the communication channels, trying to sound confident despite his fear. "This changes nothing. We still outnumber your original defenders." "Look again," Thompson replied calmly. More hidden doors opened in space. This time, ships emerged from within the storms of Jupiter, rising from secret bases in Mars' deep canyons and sliding out of camouflaged hangars built into Earth's own moon. Each vessel was a masterpiece of human engineering, their black surfaces seeming to swallow light itself. "Impossible," Dax whispered. "Our scans never detected any of this." "Of course not," Thompson said. "While you laughed at our primitive technology, we were perfecting stealth systems beyond your understanding. Those bulky ships you mocked, nothing but a mask, hiding our true strength." The human ships moved with impossible grace, their engines leaving no heat signature, their movements defying known physics. Defensive platforms that had been disguised as small asteroids now revealed themselves, their weapons locked onto the alien fleet. "Your ships can't be this advanced," Dax protested. "We've been watching Earth for decades." "You saw what we wanted you to see," Thompson replied. "Every time you scanned our decoy ships, every time you mocked our primitive technology, you were actually helping us test our stealth systems. Thank you for that." One of the alien ships panicked and fired at the nearest human vessel. The quantum shields didn't just block the attack. They caught the energy and redirected it harmlessly into space. The black ship didn't even move. "How?" Dax demanded. "How did humans develop all this in secret?" Thompson allowed herself a small smile. "We learned from history. Every time a more advanced civilization encountered a less advanced one on Earth, it usually ended badly for the less advanced group. So when we first detected alien life, we decided to play the long game. We let everyone think we were barely managing spaceflight while we built our real fleet in secret." More human ships appeared, emerging from hiding places that had fooled alien sensors for years. They moved into perfect formation, their crews trained for this moment through countless simulations. "Last chance, Commander Dax," Thompson announced. "Power down your weapons and surrender, or we'll be forced to demonstrate just how advanced our weapons really are." The alien commander looked at his tactical display. His fleet was now surrounded by over 200 human ships, each more powerful than anything his people had. All their escape routes were blocked. Their sensors were confused by technology they couldn't understand. "Admiral," one of Thompson's officers reported, "we're detecting power spikes in their weapons. They're preparing to fire." Thompson nodded. "As expected. They still don't understand what they're facing." She opened a channel to all Earth ships. "All vessels, Combat Protocol Alpha. Show them exactly what humanity has been hiding all these years." The Black Fleet moved as one, their quantum weapons charging with a sound that made the alien crews cover their ears in fear. The real power of humanity was about to be revealed. The Iron Claw fleet hung motionless in space, surrounded by Earth's black ships. Commander Dax stared at his sensor screens in disbelief. Where there had been empty space moments ago, now advanced warships appeared from seemingly nowhere. His tactical officer was frantically analyzing the readings. "Commander," the tactical officer shouted, "these human ships, they're not using any technology we recognize. Our sensors can barely track them." On the bridge of the Night's Edge, Admiral Thompson watched the alien fleet's confusion with grim satisfaction. "All ships, power up quantum shields," she ordered. "Show them what we can really do." A ripple of blue energy spread across the human fleet as their true defensive systems came online. The energy fields didn't just deflect attacks. They bent space itself around the ships. Commander Dax's voice crackled over the communication channels, trying to sound confident despite his fear. "This changes nothing. We still outnumber your original defenders." "Look again," Thompson replied calmly. More hidden doors opened in space. This time, ships emerged from within the storms of Jupiter, rising from secret bases in Mars' deep canyons and sliding out of camouflaged hangars built into Earth's own moon. Each vessel was a masterpiece of human engineering, their black surfaces seeming to swallow light itself. "Impossible," Dax whispered. "Our scans never detected any of this." "Of course not," Thompson said. "While you laughed at our primitive technology, we were perfecting stealth systems beyond your understanding. Those bulky ships you mocked, nothing but a mask, hiding our true strength." The human ships moved with impossible grace, their engines leaving no heat signature, their movements defying known physics. Defensive platforms that had been disguised as small asteroids now revealed themselves, their weapons locked onto the alien fleet. "Your ships can't be this advanced," Dax protested. "We've been watching Earth for decades." "You saw what we wanted you to see," Thompson replied. "Every time you scanned our decoy ships, every time you mocked our primitive technology, you were actually helping us test our stealth systems. Thank you for that." One of the alien ships panicked and fired at the nearest human vessel. The quantum shields didn't just block the attack, they caught the energy and redirected it harmlessly into space. The black ship didn't even move. "How?" Dax demanded. "How did humans develop all this in secret?" Thompson allowed herself a small smile. "We learned from history. Every time a more advanced civilization encountered a less advanced one on Earth, it usually ended badly for the less advanced group. So when we first detected alien life, we decided to play the long game. We let everyone think we were barely managing spaceflight while we built our real fleet in secret. More human ships appeared, emerging from hiding places that had fooled alien sensors for years. They moved into perfect formation, their crews trained for this moment through countless simulations. "Last chance, Commander Dax," Thompson announced. "Power down your weapons and surrender, or we'll be forced to demonstrate just how advanced our weapons really are." The alien commander looked at his tactical display. His fleet was now surrounded by over 200 human ships, each more powerful than anything his people had. All their escape routes were blocked. Their sensors were confused by technology they couldn't understand. "Admiral," one of Thompson's officers reported, "we're detecting power spikes in their weapons. They're preparing to fire." Thompson nodded. "As expected, they still don't understand what they're facing." She opened a channel to all Earth ships, all vessels, Combat Protocol Alpha. "Show them exactly what humanity has been hiding all these years." The Black Fleet moved as one, their quantum weapons charging with a sound that made the alien crews cover their ears in fear. The real power of humanity was about to be revealed. News of the battle spread through the galaxy faster than light speed. Every spacefaring race watched in stunned silence as video footage from the Iron Claw fleet's own ships showed Earth's Black Fleet in action. The images of human quantum weapons and advanced shields passing through social networks caused panic in military headquarters across dozens of worlds. In the Galactic Council's emergency session, Admiral Ross paced nervously before the assembled delegates. "The humans fooled us all," he admitted, his blue scales pale with worry. "Those primitive ships were just a cover. While we laughed, they built something far beyond our understanding." The council leader's crystalline features reflected the holographic displays showing Earth's shadow fleet. "How did we miss this?" she wondered aloud. "How many more of these ships do they have?" The answer came sooner than expected. All across the galaxy, hidden human vessels began revealing themselves. A massive black warship emerged from the clouds of a gas giant near a major alien trade route. 3 stealth ships decloaked near a space station that had once turned away human merchants. Dozens of advanced Earth vessels appeared in systems where aliens had harassed human ships. On the night's edge, Admiral Thompson received the reports with satisfaction. Status of the Revelation operation, she asked her communications officer. Going exactly as planned, Admiral. Our hidden ships are revealing themselves at all designated locations. The signal is spreading through every major system. The tactical display showed hundreds of dots representing Earth's ships appearing across the galaxy map. Each revelation was carefully planned to show just enough of their power without appearing threatening. This was a demonstration, not an invasion. In the Galactic Council chamber, the delegates jumped as their personal screens lit up with new reports. More human ships appearing. More demonstrations of technology they had thought impossible. The same delegates who had laughed at Earth's primitive fleet now sat in terrified silence. "We are receiving a transmission from Earth Command," announced the Council's communication officer, her tentacles trembling slightly. The main screen activated, showing James Walker, the same representative they had mocked months ago. But this time, he stood on the bridge of an advanced human vessel, its black walls gleaming behind him. "Honorable Council," Walker said, his voice calm but firm, "I believe it's time to reconsider Earth's application for membership." A delegate from the outer system stood up. "You deceived us. You showed us fake ships while hiding your true fleet." Walker smiled slightly. "We showed you what you expected to see. Your own arrogance did the rest. While you were busy mocking our primitive technology, we were studying yours, improving upon it, and developing our own paths of advancement." The council chamber erupted in worried murmurs as more reports came in. Human ships had been found hiding in asteroid fields, inside moons, and even in the coronas of stars. Their stealth technology had been so perfect that decades of alien scans had missed them completely. The Iron Claw fleet, Admiral Ross asked nervously, "Did you let them attack that colony deliberately? Was it all a trap?" "We needed to demonstrate our capabilities in a way the galaxy couldn't ignore," Walker replied. "The Iron Claw fleet's aggression gave us that opportunity. You'll note that despite their hostile actions, we disabled their ships without a single casualty." The council leader raised her hand for silence. "And now, what are Earth's intentions?" Walker's expression remained diplomatic, the same as they've always been. "We seek peaceful cooperation and fair trade. The only difference is that now you know we can defend ourselves." The galaxy laughed at humanity's weakness. "Perhaps now it's time to talk about humanity's strength." As if to emphasize his words, another human stealth ship decloaked right outside the council chamber's window, its black hull a stark reminder that the balance of power had shifted forever. 1 week after the revelation of Earth's true fleet, the Galactic Council gathered for a historic session. This time, there was no laughter in the chamber. The delegates sat in tense silence, watching Earth's representatives enter. James Walker led the human delegation, but this time he wasn't alone. Admiral Thompson walked beside him, her black fleet uniform drawing nervous glances from the alien representatives. Behind them walked Captain Rogers and other commanders of the Shadow Fleet, each carrying themselves with quiet confidence. The council leader spoke first, her crystalline features catching the starlight. "Earth's revised application for council membership is now open for discussion." Admiral Ross, who had once mocked Earth's ships, stood up. His blue scales had lost their usual shine. "Before we begin, I wish to formally apologize for my previous comments about human technology. It's clear that we all, greatly underestimated humanity's capabilities." Walker nodded gracefully. "Apology accepted, Admiral. In truth, your mockery helped us. Every time someone laughed at our primitive ships, it made our deception more convincing." On the massive screens around the chamber, images showed Earth's hidden fleet emerging across the galaxy. The black ships now patrolled openly, their quantum drives and advanced technology no longer concealed. Trade ships that had once harassed human vessels now gave them a wide, respectful berth. "We have questions," the council leader said. "How did Earth achieve this level of technology without detection? Our estimates suggest you are at least 300 years ahead of where we thought you were." Admiral Thompson stepped forward. "When humanity first detected alien life, we studied our own history. Whenever advanced civilizations met less advanced ones on Earth, it rarely ended well for the less advanced group, so we decided to hide our true progress. She gestured to a holographic display showing Earth's decoy fleet. These ships served their purpose perfectly. While everyone focused on their obvious flaws, our real development continued in secret. We took inspiration from your technology, improved upon it, and explored paths of advancement you had overlooked. A delegate from the outer systems spoke up. But the resources required, the number of people involved, how did you keep it all hidden? Walker smiled. Humans are very good at keeping secrets when we need to. Every child on Earth knew the importance of maintaining our deception. Every worker in our hidden shipyards understood their role. Unity in the face of a greater challenge. It's one of humanity's strongest traits. The council chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity hadn't just hidden ships. They had coordinated a planet-wide deception that had fooled the entire galaxy. And now, the council leader asked, what are Earth's intentions as a council member? The same as they've always been, Walker replied. We seek peaceful cooperation, fair trade, and mutual defense. The only difference is that now you know our true capabilities. We can contribute far more to the Council than anyone imagined. Admiral Thompson added, our fleet stands ready to help defend Council space. The Iron Claw incident proved we can handle threats without casualties, something that might interest your military commanders. The Council voted unanimously to accept Earth's membership. As Walker signed the formal documents, Admiral Thompson watched the delegates who had once laughed at humanity's ships. Now they looked at the humans with a mixture of fear, respect, and curiosity. A new era begins today, the Council leader announced, one where humanity's true strength stands revealed. Walker smiled as he shook hands with various delegates. The deception was over, but its effects would echo through the galaxy for generations. Humanity had proven itself not just technologically advanced, but capable of patience, strategy, and unity on a scale few species could match. The galaxy would never laugh at human ships again.